Looking for a performance soft top surfboard? Let's talk about the John John Florence by Pyzel Funformance Range. Hi guys, Chris from Stoked Travel here, or welcome back to the channel. Now before I get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any video goodness. Now today we're going to be talking about soft top surfboards, aka foamies, aka softboards. More importantly, we're going to be talking about John John Florence by Pyzel Funformance Range. This is the latest collaboration between John John Florence and his longtime shaper John Pyzel. We're going to be talking through what type of boards they're making, the board models in the range, the construction of them, the performance of them, and of course how they compare with other soft tops such as like the MF Softboard Range. So yeah, if you're looking for a softboard, make sure you pay attention and let's jump straight in. Okay, so let's quickly run through the board options available in the John John Florence soft top range. Now there's three options to choose from and a few different sizes within them. The first board is the Gremlin. Now this is a 5-fin setup which runs from 4.6 at 23 litres right through to 6.6 at a whopping 52.3 litres. So it was a great range of sizes there for groms through to bigger adults as well. And that's actually the board that I tested out for my review. And it was super fun and lively under my feet, both as a thruster and as a quad. The next board in the range is the Log. Now this comes in a 7.0, 8.0 and 9.0 option. It's a traditional longboard outline with a 2+1 setup in it as well. So the 7.0 is going to be a great kind of beginner board, right through that 9.0 is kind of more of a soft top longboard, so you can practice your cross stepping and a bit of nose riding as well. The final board in the range is the Astrofish, and this is the most performance board in the John John Florence by Pyzel range. It comes as a quad fin setup, so plenty of speed and grip and power in that board, and runs from a 5.6 at 34.5 litres right through to a 6.6 at 53 litres. So again, it's got a huge range of sizes to suit groms right through to larger adults. So yeah, at the moment, there's those three boards in the range and a few options to choose from. Now, when it comes to the construction of the John John Florence by Pyzel Funformance Range, they're by far the best built softboards I've personally tested out. They're built really solidly and you can tell they're built to last. You've got that durable deck skin with that kind of crocodile scale pattern on it, which doesn't need to be waxed up, which is a great bonus. And it's also really comfortable on bare skin as well, so whether you're surfing in bikini or boardies, it's not going to tear you up too much. You've then got the recycled EPS cores, and they're all wrapped in a fiberglass and epoxy construction, which gives it lots of strength and durability. It's also important to point out that all of the boards in the John John Florence by Pyzel range have a full-length internal wooden stringer running nose to tail. Now this is super important. Some of the cheaper options in the softboard range don't have these internal stringers, which definitely makes them less durable and prone to creasing as well. So yeah, that's a big bonus in the construction side of things. And the other thing is all the John John by Pyzel softboards come with full Futures fin boxes. Now if you checked out my review of Futures versus FCS, you'll know Futures are my go-to fin. They're just a better box, more strong and durable. But the fact they're in all of the board range means you can put in flexi fins if you're kind of beginner or looking for something a little bit safer for the groms, or you can strap in your standard Futures setups for that full performance boost. So yeah, construction wise, the John John Florence by Pyzel range is solidly built. So how are the boards like in the surf? Well, as you'd expect from a shaper of the caliber of John Pyzel, working alongside world champion John John Florence, the boards handle great in the waves. Sure, they're not as performance orientated as the PU or epoxy counterparts of the board models, but that's not really the idea here anyway. For beginner and intermediate surfers, ease of paddle and lots of volume makes them very forgiving. So they're great for kind of learning to surf, and you've also got enough performance in there to start pushing your turns as well. For more experienced surfers, there's enough performance built into them with those tapered off rails and the full Futures fin setups that are really going to kind of help you push your wave count in smaller conditions and just have a lot of fun with. And that's really the takeaway with the John John Florence by Pyzel range. They're fun, easy, and a good measure of performance. And now for another important question: how much do they cost? Well, this is where things get slightly weird with the John John Florence by Pyzel Funformance range. They actually start at 749 Australian dollars, so they're definitely not an impulse buy. Just to put that into perspective, one of the cheapest soft top options you can get from Stoked, their boards start at 309 Australian dollars, so there's a huge price difference there. And even fellow world champion Mick Fanning with his Mick Fanning soft top options, they start at $549. So yeah, again, there's a big jump in price between the other soft boards out there and the John John Florence by Pyzel range. Another key thing to take into consideration with the price is the fact you can actually pick up an actual PU or epoxy Pyzel from around about 895 Aussie dollars. So there's not actually a huge jump between going with a Funformance range to an actual board. So price wise it's a bit odd for me. It's definitely not an impulse buy. It's definitely not just a throwaway purchase. And it actually begs to differ, should you just get a actual Pyzel board while you're there if you definitely want the performance? But yeah, in terms of pricing, they do start from 749 Aussie dollars. Now, one of the key comparisons people are going to be making is John John Florence by Pyzel Funformance range versus the Mick Fanning Softboard range. Now, they're both very similar styles of board, but also very different at the same time. And most people are going to be boiling it down to three key features. That's options, durability, and of course, cost as well. When it comes to options, the John John Florence by Pyzel range has 3 board models to choose from, whereas the Mick Fanning range is much bigger at the moment with 11 board models to choose from. And that includes performance thrusters, 20s and quads, through to the big beastie model, which is perfect for those learning to surf. Now, second point, which is durability, John John Florence by Pyzel is going to win out head and shoulders above the rest. And is definitely built more solidly than the Mick Fanning softboard range. Just the overall construction as well as that nose to tail stringer means they're going to last a lot longer and be a lot stronger under your feet as well. The Mick Fanning softboard range on the other hand has a carbon fiber strip, so no internal stringer, which makes it a little bit more prone to creasing and snapping. The final point though is also another big one, and that's price. The Mick Fanning boards start at 549 Australian dollars, whereas the John John Florence ones are definitely more expensive at $749 and upwards. So there's a big jump between the two. If you are looking for the budget option for like kind of a board that you're going to use occasionally or give it to your groms, it's going to take a bit of a beating and you're not too worried about it, then the Mick Fanning option is better. However, if you're looking for a performance board that's going to go the distance, be solid under your feet and be heaps of fun, then the John John Florence by Pyzel option is the way forward. So what are my final thoughts on the John John Florence by Pyzel Funformance range? Well, to be totally honest, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. On one hand, they're super durable, great, and really fun to ride. On the other hand, they are quite expensive and I can't really figure out who the main market for them is. I've done a bit of thinking on this and I can only really narrow it down to kind of 3 kind of aspects. That's someone with a bit of extra surplus cash who wants another board for the quiver, in which case, great, you're not really worried about money, go for it. The second is kind of parents who want a board that they can give their kind of more experienced groms and also surf themselves, so you're not carrying a bunch of boards down to the beach. The final aspect is a kind of beginner looking to advance into that intermediate stage and is looking for a bridging gap from kind of a bigger traditional soft top through to kind of a more performance hard top board. Now with that aspect, they're not, the John John Florence by Pyzel range isn't soft enough to be kind of a complete beginner board. It doesn't have that kind of safety aspect, especially because it lacks kind of flexi fins and that kind of soft, spongy, rounded rail option of a traditional soft top. But then are they just creating another stage in progression that you don't necessarily need? For most people, going from a traditional soft board through to a kind of comparable hard top is enough to make that jump. But this is obviously another stage in the middle. Again, if you've got the money to do it, yeah, it's great. It's a great way to progress and another board you can have in your quiver that you're going to use even as a more experienced surfer as well. So yeah, my overall thoughts on the John John Florence by Pyzel range. They're great boards, they're really well built, the shapes are amazing and they're fun to surf, but it's just going to come down to whether you have the budget and whether they fit what you need them to do. And there you have it guys, that's my full rundown of the John John Florence by Pyzel Funformance Surfboard range. Now if you'd like to check out the full review of the boards, make sure you check out the links in the description below. Make sure you check out the rest of my YouTube channel for heaps of other reviews and also my review of the Mick Fanning Softboard range as well. That's it for this week, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Yoo!